Welcome to Tantrum Con Studio D. I'm Kevin Delp.
And I'm Melissa Delp.
Today we're looking at a prototype of Rise to Nobility Beyond. Rise to Nobility Beyond is an expansion to Rise to Nobility by Final Frontier Games. It's a dice worker placement game for 2 to 6 players. It'll be on Kickstarter this October.
This expansion brings a new mechanism, tableau building, and a new resource, the precious rock rose. During the game, you'll be able to give offerings at the timeless temple, collect powerful relics, and earn favors from the kingdom's elders.
Let's look at the prototype components. There's an expansion game board, player board extensions, glade cards, new settlers cards, rock roses, more meeples, more houses, and offering discs.
If you're unfamiliar with the base game Rise to Nobility, you can watch one of our previous videos. We have a preview and a playthrough. Now they were made with the prototype components and there's 1 or 2 rules that were tweaked for the published version, but they should give you a feel for the game.
In this video, we'll just focus on the expansion content.
You'll set up the game as normal, but add the expansion game board to the right of the main board, and fill the Guardian's Glade with Glade cards. Then deal 5 Glade cards to each player. You'll draft the cards, choosing one and passing your hand to the left until each player has 3 cards. You'll store your drafted cards in the appropriate slots on your player board extension.
During the game, you'll play as normal, rolling your dice and placing them, but there are more locations now.
You could place a die in Guardian's Glade to get more cards. There are 3 main types: dwellings, elders, and relics. The relics give you a benefit when you activate them, usually by placing a die and spending rock rose. The elders give you ongoing benefits if you assign a worker to the card. The dwellings can be worth endgame points if you've placed a house on them. Activated elders and dwellings also give you benefits during the income phase, either coins or rock rose.
Another place you can go is the Timeless Temple. Dice in this location have to match the first die placed there. When you present an offering, you pay a specific cost to gain a reward, like rock roses, fulfilling a tile from the Stone Council, goods based on workshops you own, another house, a worker, or even straight up points.
At the end of the game, whoever has the most offering tokens at the temple will receive points equal to the total number of offering tokens on the board. The player with the second most gets half that score. The third player gets half of the second player's score.
The expansion also comes with new settlers cards. You can turn in any goods you want from 3 to 12 to get that many victory points, but you have to match the number of goods you pay with the same number of rock roses. Many of these new settlers give workers and reputation as a reward.
Rock rose isn't just used for settlers or to activate your relics. You can trade it on your turn for a good, a nobility, a reputation, a gold, or even a modifier token. The Rock Rose resource brings more variety and versatility to the game. Maybe you just need 1 more coin to build a house, or you need 1 more reputation to be able to place another die.
Yeah.
Well, now if you have the Rock Rose, you can trade for that during your turn. The expansion also brings a benefit to the dice that you aren't able to use. At the end of each round, you will total up the value of the dice that you didn't play, and for every 3 pips, you get a rock rose.
And I like the use of the reputation that the expansion brings. There's ways to spend reputation, like in the Timeless Temple, to get items you need, or ways to increase your reputation through the new settlers cards. The base game already has a pretty big table presence. With the addition of the expansion board and player extensions, you might need a bigger table.
The tableau building aspect of the Glade cards is interesting. I do like that many of them have ongoing benefits, and if you spend your workers and your houses on them, you will get income. Now there can be some tough choices though. Do you take a card that has a better benefit, or one that has a symbol that matches the ones you need for the endgame scoring with your dwelling cards?
The art and illustrations integrate well with the base game. I like the new Glade cards with the relics, the dwellings, and the elders, and the rock roses are fun too.
With the additional places to put your die, you have more decisions to make about the path to get your points. It's not quite so linear anymore. When you get those houses and workers, are you going to use them for settlers and apprentices in the guilds? Or are you going to assign them to your glade cards? And how much reputation are you going to spend in the Timeless Temple?
If you already own Rise to Nobility, then this expansion is a great addition to the game. If not, and you like a meatier dice worker placement game, then check out Rise to Nobility with the expansion coming from Final Frontier Games to Kickstarter this October. And be sure to subscribe to Tantrum House. 2 to 6 players. It'll be in October, this October.
It'll be in October. That's a good one.
October with Kickstarter. Go subscribe over there.